Hi, my name's David Lim and I'm the Head of Consulting Partners for AWS. Thank you for joining the webinar on building a next-generation MSP practice. Managed services in the cloud is different from traditional managed services. There's a real shift from on-premise to the cloud. And if we look at run and operate, it's no longer the right model. Next-gen MSPs need to unlock agility and innovation. Customers need experts to consult, design, and then implement automated intelligent solutions, and then make sure they continue to work. Customers are less inclined to patch together multiple providers for a single solution. And then if you look at hardware to software cloud-based solutions, customers are no longer focused on capacity planning and lengthy equipment refresh cycles. They're approaching with a cloud-first strategy. And this allows customers to leverage full advantage of the AWS cloud. Looking at centralised to distributed operations and resources, moving away from significant human intervention to proactive, cloud-native, automated and self-healing. When manual interaction is needed, code can be manipulated from any location with internet access. Faster time to resolution for customers results in operational costs for MSPs. Device-based SLA solutions and application-based SLAs, they're focused on performance of hardware and infrastructure and is not required in cloud solutions because AWS already handles these. Next-generation MSPs are freed up to focus on application performance and business outcomes and can be benchmarked on SLAs in these areas, which align to customers' ultimate needs. Complex manual change management to DevOps. Traditional change management about capacity management, updates and security. Manual processes that were time and resource intensive, no longer needed. Next-gen MSPs are embracing DevOps methodologies, CI/CD skill sets to continually assess, implement, manage and track changes. And utilise infrastructure as code instead of manual deployment, which improves speed to production and customer agility. Complex manual change management to DevOps. Traditional change management about capacity management, updates and security. Manual processes that were time and resources intensive, no longer needed. Next-gen MSPs are embracing DevOps methodologies, CI/CD skill sets to continually assess, implement, manage and track changes, and utilise infrastructure as code instead of manual deployment, which improves speed to production and customer ability. Static to dynamic monitoring, an area of significant evolution for next-gen MSPs. They're no longer monitoring fixed thresholds in static environments, and this addresses capacity planning, alerting and performance issues, facilitated root cause analysis, all resolved in AWS solutions. Well-designed environments leverage infrastructure as code to autoscale and self-heal, allowing infrastructure to be treated as disposable. With dynamic scalable environments, you now need monitoring tools that leverage machine learning and predictive analytics to understand and detect anomalies before performance is impacted. Security risk mitigation to security by design. No longer exclusive purview of managed security service providers. Increasing convergence of the role of the MSSP and the broader MSP in cloud-based and cloud-native environments. Customers expect strong security expertise and the ability and experience to meet the regulatory and compliance needs. And then looking at outsourcing to trusted advisor and partner. Next-gen MSPs are evolving their businesses to address the needs of their customers and their ability to deliver in all phases of the customer engagement lifecycle. So at the end of the day, customers are looking for cloud experts who understand them, their industry, their regulatory and compliance needs, their business needs and their workloads. They need an MSP who can marry that understanding to a deep expertise in AWS and deliver agile solutions to meet those needs. Next-gen AWS MSPs can deliver this full experience in a way that's been elusive in traditional models. With that context of shifting managed services landscape, we see MSPs building successful and profitable businesses embracing this full lifecycle of services. They're engaging early as consultants and experts to plan and design solutions that will drive their customers' business objectives. They are then rolling up the sleeves as professional services organisations to build and migrate those well-designed and highly automated solutions. They are then staying by their customers' sides to ensure that the solutions that they have designed and implemented continue to operate as expected and deliver outstanding customer experiences. And they are taking this step further to provide ongoing optimisation services to these customers, and not just cost optimization, but also integration of new services and features and continually ensuring that customers are realising the full benefits of their cloud solutions. We can see the total anticipated public cloud market opportunity in this data from Gartner, with clearly significant growth anticipated over the next few years, creating a significant opportunity for companies providing services to support cloud consumption. We can also see the anticipated cloud managed services market opportunity in this data from Market and Markets research, with projections to reach more than $53 billion by 2022. However, this data is focused on the traditional aspects of managed services, the run and operate services, and does not take into account the broader opportunity for this new generation of cloud managed service providers who are capable of providing full lifecycle services. So in an effort to better qualify and quantify this partner opportunity, we engaged Forrester Consulting last year and commissioned them to conduct a total economic impact study to better understand the revenues, margins, expenses, risks and return on investment associated with next generation AWS MSP managed services. As a part of their research process, Forrester interviewed several leading AWS MSP partners and created a composite partner view. And this is representative of these partner interviews. I'd like to share with you a few key highlights from this analysis. One of the key findings in the study is the margin potential for next-gen MSPs. The composite partner in the study was able to realise 57% gross margin on their run, operate, optimise and manage services. And this contributed to a total practice-wide gross margin, inclusive of the partner's full breadth of services, of 50% and a practice-wide operating margin of 35%. Now, if we look deeper into these margins, in the chart on the left, we can see a breakdown of the total margin dollars attained over the 3-year view of the study and the services that generated that margin. In blue, we can see 22% of the margin dollars came from providing initial consulting and professional services and the beginning of the engagement with the customer. We can then see in the purple on the other side of the chart that an additional 22% of margin dollars resulted from providing run, operate and optimise managed services. And then if we look at this large area in green, we can see that another 39% of total margin dollars came from follow-on consulting and professional services that these partners were able to secure as a result of providing excellent customer experiences during the initial engagement, and then ensuring an excellent ongoing experience for their customers by providing them next-generation managed services. This really exemplifies how our next-gen MSPs are making margin through services. Let's start by talking about the Cloud Centre of Excellence. While this is really applicable for nearly all types of consulting partners, it is particularly critical for MSPs to enable them to leverage best practices across their organisation, across the breadth of their services, and this is a team of people dedicated to creating, evangelising and institutionalising best practices, frameworks and governance for their evolving technology operations. This team becomes a central force through which your organisation can evolve the ways that it serves customers in this space. If we look at consultancy in full lifecycle, the consultancy is increasingly the best starting point for cloud MSPs. Our partners are seeing the greatest success when they engage early and leverage their expertise to gain a thorough understanding of their customers' environments, their needs and desired business outcomes. Upon engagement as a consultant, the MSP is well positioned to provide the professional services to build or migrate the workloads that best meet the customer's needs. Emerging price models. MSPs need to explore new managed services pricing models that better align their fee structure with their customers and their customers' desired business outcomes. We currently see a number of partners who leverage traditional per instance or percentage uplift over AWS spend pricing models. We're also starting to see more partners adopt a fixed fee per workload or application pricing model. These fixed fee models often include a base fee paid up front to the partner to initiate the service and any associated professional services. Pricing model innovation also help partners gain their customers' trust by avoiding any perceived conflicts of interest, enabling partners to grow their managed services attach rates. If we look at sales compensation models, there is another critical area for cloud MSPs to address. In organisations that have traditionally been focused on businesses that include large upfront cash flows from hardware and perpetual licensing sales, the shift to cloud and monthly recurring revenue models will require special attention. And we see partners achieving the best results by moving to monthly recurring margin-based sales compensation models better aligned to the cash flow cadence of cloud services. Continual investment in customer relationship building and next-gen MSP practice will require both upfront and ongoing investments in the business. And this includes training and development of staff, automating migration and management services through new tools and scripts, new monitoring, reporting and billing systems. And these investments enable MSPs to scale their services while also improving the long-term profitability of their practice. These continual investments, coupled with building a foundation as a valued consultant, providing end-to-end services for your customers and evolving pricing practices, build the framework necessary to create long-lasting customer relationships that are mutually valuable to the customer and their MSP. Whether you're moving your existing managed services offering to the cloud or building a cloud-native practice, tooling is an important part of how you establish those core services, as well as build value-added services that will be the key differentiators for your business. I'm going to cover 4 key areas and talk about how you can use AWS services as building blocks and best-in-class AWS technology partner solutions that provide value to managed services. Monitoring, compliance, DevOps, and cost optimization are part of any next-generation cloud managed services offering. Cloud architecture has changed the way workloads are designed and how the teams that design them are structured. When advising customers on what and how to deploy, you will need to understand when to use AWS services like Cognito, DynamoDB, and S3. To support these workloads, your tools will need to be able to monitor these services, as well as intelligently monitor resources that scale as needed. Billing and cost models change from large fixed environments to ones that change hourly, or even second for EC2 and EBS. For net new applications, your customers may take advantage of new architecture models such as serverless. This provides new opportunities to the MSP in being involved in how your customers build and deploy their resources, while making you rethink what is important to monitor and how you're billing for your services. Given this shift in how infrastructure is built, advancements in monitoring help us more accurately and efficiently monitoring our applications. As we cluster environments and remove single points of failure, monitoring things like CPU utilization of an individual server are less important. Modern monitoring tools identify whether a server is behaving normally by comparing it to a similar server in a cluster or historical data, rather than arbitrarily defined threshold. Automated recovery is becoming more viable. As we identify poorly performing resources, we can automate their replacement, eliminating the need for human resources. Application performance monitoring lets us focus on what is important to your customer. Give them back the tools they need to track end-user experience or business metrics they are interested in. Log data is overwhelming, both for your support engineers and your customers. Put tools in place that can help your engineers to identify the root causes of issues faster and provide business intelligence to your customers. To identify a monitoring solution that meets those requirements, ensure that the solution integrates with AWS services using metrics from CloudWatch and events from CloudTrail and Config, and then understand what capabilities are most important to your customers. Provide application performance capabilities for your engineers who are building services for your customers or directly to customer development teams. Ensure the tools provide integrations with other technology partner solutions that are used, and evaluate log analysis capabilities to provide value to your engineers and customer business units. And to help validate best-in-class tools as part of the Technology Partner DevOps Competency Program, we have a monitoring, logging, and performance focus area on our website. While AWS is responsible for security of the cloud, AWS customers are responsible for the security of their applications, implementing encryption where needed and meeting their industry security standards. This provides an opportunity for MSPs to fill that gap, providing consulting and technical solutions to their customer requirements. Infrastructure as a code is important for AWS customers to take advantage of the agility of the cloud, and MSPs can work on top of this to provide compliant infrastructure without putting roadblocks in the way of their customers. After deployment, they can provide insight into the current state of their customer's infrastructure in real time by tracking changes in AWS CloudTrail or AWS Config. Because we can detect this change in real time, you can also set policies that quarantine non-compliant resources and eliminating times where your infrastructure is out of compliance. For compliance of operating systems and applications on EC2, many of our MSPs use Amazon EC2 Systems Manager, which provides a variety of features for managing workloads running on EC2 and on-premise. It allows engineers to run commands on customer instances and gate that access through AWS IAM, rather than having the issues keys for an engineer to access the server directly. State Manager is used to define how an instance should be configured, maintains that configuration and reports changes. Patch Manager ensures instances are kept up to date. And Systems Manager also helps maintain an inventory of resources combined with a robust tagging strategy and helps track resources within AWS account. Next-gen AWS MSPs such as Ren Cloud are using EC2 Systems Manager to simplify building and maintaining compliant infrastructure for their customers. And software vendors like Cloud Health have integrated with EC2 Systems Manager to enhance the compliance features of their offering. Organisations are adopting DevOps, which requires them to transform how their teams are structured as well as the tools they use. As cloud infrastructure as code begins to look more like software development instead of data centre management, MSPs benefit from adopting these principles as well. Your customers expect you to move just as fast as they want to, so building automated, self-service processes for your customers to deploy onto AWS is important. DevOps tooling is another area you can help your customers as they are transitioning to the cloud, starting with consulting on best practice to managing the tool chain they make part of their processes will give your customers more time to focus on their own business. AWS provides developer tools to natively store, build, test and deploy applications to AWS or on premises, and we're inspired by the same tools Amazon uses for our products. We integrate with a number of AWS partner tools to allow our customers to build their DevOps processes to match their needs. MSPs can adopt these services when building their own applications and streamline the deployment of management applications into customer accounts and build solutions that help their customers adopt DevOps faster. As with monitoring, we have a continuous integration and delivery focus area as part of the DevOps competency program for our technology partners on our website. Most AWS MSPs are also part of the AWS reseller program, and this requires MSPs to understand how their customers are built and opens the door for them to provide recommendations on optimization and help their customers understand their usage. Cloud Health and Cloud Checker are tools that, in addition to compliance, which was mentioned earlier, also help MSPs extract value from AWS usage reports. The service delivery program is designed for partners to get validation and badging on specific AWS services who can develop, build, and optimize solutions with AWS customers. And there are over 20 AWS services covering database services, compute services, analytics services, and serverless compute services, and this is just to name a few, in this program. And it's a great entry point for partners to be badged in AWS specialisation. So to qualify, you must be a standard APN partner or above and have at least 2 customer references less than 12 months old, and these can be public or private, but they must be verifiable. And if you already have skills and capability around AWS services and want to receive multiple benefits from joining the program, then please visit the AWS Service Delivery website to enrol into this program. The competency program has been growing and evolving now for over 4 years, and to date there are now 17 different competencies for our consulting and technology partners. And these competencies are classified under areas such as industry, which include financial services, government and education, just to name a couple, and competencies by solution like IoT, big data, and migration. And finally, competencies around workloads such as Microsoft, SAP and Oracle. Our competency list is always growing and diversifying, and I'm sure you'll hear some exciting announcements. The benefit across this program range from marketing and PR support, as well as business and technical support. However, it is our customers who now demand that our partners are AWS validated on the AWS solutions that they require to innovate their own businesses. So if you're an advanced APM partner or above and you have strong practices on AWS solutions, then please enrol in this program. In addition to the service delivery and competency program, the MSP program is designed to recognise APN partners who embrace this new approach to providing cloud-managed services and who are experts who can unlock agility and innovation for their customers. This program was launched about 3 years ago to meet the request we were hearing from our customers to connect them with partners who could help them migrate, run, operate, and optimise their AWS solutions. Advanced tier partners with at least 3 managed services references are invited to apply to this program. There is a rigorous validation audit required to be recognised in this program, but it is designed to support MSP partners with continual development and to give customers a means to confidently identify those APN partners who have raised the bar with next generation managed services. The MSP program validation checklist can be found on the APN Partner Central, and this is the full list of criteria for this program. There are numerous categories and requirements designed to validate the overall business and technical capabilities of the MSP. Visit the AWS MSP program webpage and download and read the business case for next generation AWS MSPs. Download and review AWS MSP program validation checklist. And work with your AWS Partner Manager. To gain more confidence and hands-on experience with AWS, you can access the digital and classroom trainings built and delivered by AWS experts. AWS also has a wide partner ecosystem to help you focus on your success and take full advantage of all the business benefits that AWS has to offer. To learn more about the APN partners and find the right one that fits your needs, please visit the APN booth at our showcase. Thank you for joining this webinar, and I hope that you're able to begin your next generation MSP journey with AWS.